And we're still in SFW?
No, we're no. Our YouTube channel is marked for adults now.
Okay, so we are in SFW.
Yes, we are not safe for work.
That's for sure.
I don't know. Y'all haven't seen our meetings. Our podcast is mild compared to my meetings.
All right, let's see.
Yeah, I got super paranoid about wearing a Leslie Nope 2020 mask at work just because, like, oh no, somebody's probably going to think this is some statement of some sort and there might be a thing.
All right, did you guys get a YouTube notification?
Yes.
Man, this works good. The Zoom thing is like, it has
It's about a 10-second delay, by the way.
Oh, to the YouTubes?
Yeah, and
that's fine.
Don't have both going at the same time. It will drive you mad.
Unless you do like me and have one open on your phone and off the side.
Well, it actually, the quality's pretty good here.
It is good. Yeah.
I have not gotten the notification yet, but let me just go to the page.
Oh, mine was up in the little corner saying you are now streaming live to YouTube.
Oh, I got that notification. I meant like YouTube's notification.
That's actually what I meant, was a YouTube notification. Because
that's what
I got it right away. Yeah.
You totally need to change that description, though. I will say that.
Hey, I'll change it. Don't worry.
Because that's old news. That's old news. Sir.
What's the description? Oh, on the.
It's when Rian Johnson spoiled his own movie for future generations.
Yeah, I don't know why I defaulted to that. I didn't actually put anything in. It's interesting. But let me just go and see. Man, is there any reason why, you guys, that I should still have to have Firefox on my computer?
Nope.
What browser do you use otherwise?
I use Chrome exclusively.
I mean, if you want something that's not quite as resource hoggy.
No. I mean, I like Chrome, but I've always maintained them both. You know.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Because Chrome tends to be a bigger resource hog.
Yeah, it uses more RAM. However, I always say have two browsers on whatever device you have. There, that way, if one doesn't work, you can always test it on another. But Mac comes
I don't know,
Safari.
Steve. Why don't you just download some more RAM?
well, I mean, the only reason I say that is because I have a few apps in here, and I know I can go dig around on my preferences and find it, but they default to Firefox, and it annoys the hell out of me.
I think I physically heard Zach with that joke.
No. So this past week, I actually got somebody to go to that site and be like, I can download more RAM?
Wow.
I actually got it. And it was like, so you're going to want the 30
gig.
But yeah, I mean, in case you also want to test something, like visiting something online on another app.
I know, that's the only reason. It just annoys me. I hate it when it defaults to Firefox because I've gotten so used to the, like, sort of the style of Chrome that I don't want to have to see Firefox anymore.
You know how much dedicated WAM?
Did you say dedicated?
Dedicated WAM
for a server.
Dedicated WAM.
Dedicated WAM for a server. You know how much dedicated WAM?
I'm listening. Dedicated.
You also really need to update the art that's on the iTunes feed. Also, it looks like the iTunes feed is out of date. It looks like the most recent one on it is 5/23.
Yeah.
If it makes you feel better, Zach, over the weekend, Nico said tropical.
Yeah, I did.
It's a very tropical scent or something. Like,
wait, you know the meaning of dedicated WAM, right?
There are some weird gaps. There's like a 500. Wow.
Yeah.
509 to 521.
God,
this happens.
This spot.
I can't speak. It happens to me every time PodPress updates, and it updated last week, so I knew this was coming.
You might need to switch to a different service.
I mean, not PodPress. Blue. What is it? I forget it. Blue something. The plugin that you use for podcasting in WordPress. it updated, and I knew I was going to get screwed, and I had to go back and redo some stuff. I'm changing the description now, so speak among yourselves.
Because I mean, it's CultureSmash still doesn't show up in my podcatcher app, and it's not like I use like some weird antiquated podcatcher app.
Well, that's weird because it's set up through the traditional like feed burner.
Yeah, so I don't know what it is, but
it could be this the blue plugin. I just need to look into it more.
Yeah, you might need a new plugin.
There you go, Tina. There's some gold.
Oh shit!
Yeah, look at him.
No, I sent you a link. You should totally look at it.
I thought you were meaning your cat.
Yes.
And see, here he is.
Oh, am I frozen?
Yeah, you are.
Oh, yeah. I guess you are.
Huh. That's odd.
Okay. Now I feel better. I've changed that description. Okay, there we go. That's that. Alrighty. Nico's image went away. What did you guys do to him?
I turned off my camera because it was frozen.
That's rude.
I shamed him.
Rude.
Oh, now it's green.
I shamed him into being a green blob.
Yeah. You guys can't hear me, right?
I can, in fact, hear you.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm biased because I can hear them both here on the stream.
Oh, God.
Blue press. That's what it's called, blue press.
The cam. Okay, I need a proper webcam. I like the
I can have my DSLR back.
She's your phone like me.
I mean, I've got a laptop. Give me a moment. But I've got a webcam. I've got a webcam. I like the novelty of using the Canon, but except for the fact that it's a fucking battery.
Yeah, it's a thing.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna back out of here and I'll hop back in. Give me a moment.
Why's he got to breach birth everything?
See, this is why I use my cell phone.
This is why I just use the camera that is on my computer.
You see, I built my computer, so I don't need those frivolous $50 exclusive webcams. I can just use my phone.
I just use the one I got for work.
Yeah.
Biscuits
why you be bitch?
Literally in heaven here.
Oh.
Okay, so Tina, you saw that video?
No, I didn't watch it yet.
All right, if you have popped into this channel at a later date, apologies for the running late thing, but we are almost ready to go. We are just waiting on Nico's failure as a human. Oh, wait, come back. I saw his name pop up. He's... That's what I get.
What was that about being a failure, Steven?
There's a reason we all get along. I'm just saying.
This is why I have... Biscuits, what are you doing, you
see?
Asshole. He loves the space bar. Oh my god, he fucking loves the space bar.
Everybody does. All right, I'm starting the recording.
Hi, Nico.
Recording to the computer.
Now we can't even hear you because you're muted.
Exactly.
There we go.
Hi, you Tina. Go. Hi, Nico. You guys know what you want to open with?
Yes.
Yeah, sure. Movies, theaters,
Zach?
I guess.
I got the delayed ones.
Sure. I'll just wing it.
That means you're going to suck. So, Tina, do you have a good one or not a good one?
I have a decently good one.
How about I open, Zach go middle, Tina go last?
That sounds like a plan. So, are we ready then?
I'm ready.
Yep.
On this episode of the CultureSmash cast,
the summer blockbusters are back.
Artemis Fowl? Yeah, it certainly is.
And these movies are being delayed worse than Internet Explorer.
Oh, you went old school. That's pretty good.
I did.
I like it.
Especially since we just got through talking about browsers.
True. Yeah. It's the CultureSmash cast, episode 527 for June the 17th, 2020. I'm Stephen Lucky, editor of CultureSmash.tv. Nico?
Nicholas Qualls, contributor to CultureSmash.tv.
Tina?
Tina Heimbach, contributor to CultureSmash.tv.
And Zach.
This is Biscuits the cat, and
Hi,
I'm Zach.
This episode, not brought to us by Bailey's, but I wish it was.
It's okay. One of these episodes will be brought by actually good liquor.
Oh,
bitch!
Am I wrong? Am I wrong? It'll be brought by Good Liquor, but it's not today.
It is not.
But it is not this day.
Are you talking about what we purchased?
Yes, I am.
It's not that much different than this, sir.
Yeah, but the one we got was like $5.
It was like $7.11.
Oh, excuse me. I had to pay $27 for mine.
That's terrible. Okay, so we might as well we haven't talked since Zach and I went to Gatlinburg, right?
No, yeah, we did because
we talk about it? Because what he's referencing is the booze that was purchased there.
We didn't talk about what booze you purchased. I don't think.
No, but we did have a show after you guys got back from
I thought so.
Last week.
Yeah.
Okay. So Zach wanted to, while we were there, to pick up some cookies and cream moonshine because you can't find it around here. Didn't find it, but the one he's referring to is what is it? Butter pecan? Is that what it was?
Yeah, the butter pecan moonshine.
Moonshine.
It's like a cream, and it is so good.
It is delicious.
Gatlinburg will always be the place that I drunk Nico and John under the table.
I wish I had been there for that.
Great.
So, do we talk since I got a corona test?
No.
I didn't think so. I got a corona test.
Do you have the Ronas?
I don't have the Ronas. My test came back.
Congratulations, you're not an idiot.
Yeah, I did the right things at the right time.
Can't say much like that for the rest of Nashville, but hey.
Well, we couldn't say that much that for Gatlinburg, which is why I got the test to begin with, because of the other assholes, not because of us. So, but I did want to, elaborate and make Zach miserable about this once again, because when he got his test, he was like, "Oh, it took 20 seconds
in each nostril."
Yeah, you know what? They stick it up one nostril, they count to 5, give it a little twist, and pull it out. It wasn't that big a deal.
Well, I'm glad you got baby's first test, but
I got the necessary.
They are streamlining the test now, so it could be possible that Zach got them like at the end of that round of testing methods, and you got them when they switched over.
I will say, when they do the twist, it is a little weird. It is like touching.
Do they do the mashed potato?
No, I did the mashed potato though. When they did the twist, I'm not gonna lie. I was like, oh.
And then your eyes just start crying just out of reflex, and you're like, ah!
No, I didn't have that.
I had that.
Is you baby?
No, it just happened.
Is you baby? All right. So, what did you guys do over the weekend? What have you guys been up to?
I ran a indie game for our library group, and I think that's pretty much it.
I made a fantastic meal for my sister, Nico, my brother, and my nephews and sister. Did I already say sister? I probably already said sister.
I'm not gonna lie, that cheesecake looked delicious.
Dude, that cheesecake got decimated.
It looked delicious. Are you guys binging anything? You started watching TV again?
I haven't. No.
I watched a couple movies.
I've been trying to go through. I found a streaming service that has one Japanese tokusatsu superhero show on it, and like, okay, I'm going to try this because it's been a while. So I'm watching a series called Kamen Rider Kuga, came out in 2000, and I'm also trying to work my way through She-Ra on Netflix.
Oh, how's that?
About how I think it's fine. It's definitely a kids show. But I think it does the kind of kid messaging stuff like friendship and family and all that particularly well. And it's still a pretty interesting fantasy superhero plot.
Okay. I mean, I heard it's already canceled, unfortunately.
Well, yeah, it wrapped it up.
It did finish though at the end of its season.
Hey, you remember?
Yeah, it's not like cliffhanger. They wrapped it up.
Hey, you remember that delay issue you were talking about? I think it's happening.
Yeah, you're cutting out pretty bad.
Because I switched. One moment.
Because I'm like, his audio is off sync, and he's responding out of sync.
How do you think I feel? I'm listening to him talk, but nothing's coming out here, and I'm like...
Yeah, except that's what Tina sees in real life. It's the same. So, Zach, you want to go ahead and start and tell us what you binge watch? Because I know you got.
Oh, goody. So let's start with the most recent. We'll work our way down here. So I watched Knives Out last night because it was on Amazon Prime and it was free.
I'm ready for you to butcher it because
so what did you
you're
think?
just a
It's
hate
fine.
goblin.
It's fine. 7 out of 10.
Honestly,
that's a higher score than I thought you would get.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. I think you're right. I think 7 out of 10 is fine.
It's fine.
I appreciated it for the style of film it was trying to be, but I also hated it for the style of film it was trying to be. So I'm ready.
It completely shifts genres several times, which, I mean, it's like Act 1, Act 2, Act 3 is completely different genres. But it's still... It basically solidified it's like Rian Johnson getting the gig of Star Wars was the absolute worst casting decision, because it's clear to me he works best in these character-centric bottle films.
It still isn't to the level of something like Looper, though. Looper may be his best work of all time.
Yes, it is, but I mean, even something like Brick or The Brothers Bloom,
neither of which are as good as you say they are.
I mean, I thought Brick was great. I haven't seen The Brothers Bloom, but they all are similar in that they're character focused and they're bottle films.
Yeah.
And that Star Wars is not that at all. It just shows me it's like he was just wrong for it on all fronts and nobody said no.
Yeah, I agree.
Would I recommend Knives Out? I guess. It's fine.
I would.
Yeah, I'm biased because, I mean, this movie, I swear, somebody...
You kept hyping up Chris Evans, and I'm like, where's the moment?
Okay, first off, Chris Evans. Second off, I am a huge Agatha Christie fan. I'm a huge, like, whodunit fan. So this movie, it was like somebody took two of my great loves and smushed them together and said, now kiss. Okay?
What's really funny is I think Chris Evans is good in the movie. I think he's a good actor. But I also think that, and Zach and I were involved in a discussion on Facebook about this, but it really bothers me because I feel it was stunt casting. And just having him in the role, you knew what his role was going to be. Because he's not going to be just an unimportant character. It's Chris Evans.
And remember, he doesn't have an iPhone.
Yeah. Well, we learned afterwards.
There were multiple characters that didn't have an iPhone in that movie, I noticed.
Yeah.
So it wasn't just him.
All right. So what else? You got something else a little more modern.
Oh, yeah. So there was this brand new movie that came out over the weekend. It's called Artemis Fowl.
Mm-hmm.
And none of your dumbasses went and saw it except for me.
So who does that say is the smart ones?
So full disclosure, I read like 4 reviews before watching it, and they all gave it either an F rating or a 1-star rating.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So I was like, okay, so everyone's saying this is a big old pile of shit.
I love that that's the beacon. That's like everyone says it's shit. So Zach is like, I gotta watch this.
Well, I was like, all right, well, it's Kenneth Branagh, how bad could this be? Because everybody is saying the source material is great. So let's just go in with an open mind, knowing it might be shit, and just see what we got here. Maybe it's so bad it's good. Who knows? Within 10 minutes, it was completely incomprehensible. Editorially, it was fucked. Pacing, it was fucked.
You sure?
It was on all fronts except for some moments of cinematography. This movie is an absolute disaster.
Absolute. Boy, you're having trouble with the talking.
So you liked it?
It was. I had to push myself through it because it's so goddamn boring. It's like an hour and a half, and you're thinking, "Wow, that's a really short origin movie for a potential franchise," and you'd be right. This movie is 90 minutes and nothing happens in it. If you saw the teaser trailer, you'll see all this footage in the teaser trailer that's not in the movie at all. I think there's like 3 shots in the teaser that's actually in the movie. And I've been doing a little research on this. This was filmed 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay, 3 years it's been in post.
Yeah.
So that says to me that this shit has been reshot and re-edited and reshot again and focus tested because and I went and read the Wikipedia article for like what the first Artemis Fowl book is. And holy shit, book readers, if you are a fan of Artemis Fowl, do not watch this movie because it's got a 9% Rotten Tomatoes right now, which is about 9% of the book is in this movie. It is clear that Disney did not want to make this movie because the whole idea about the movie is there's this like 10-year-old kid and he's the head of a criminal empire. Like he is the bad guy in the story. And Disney just didn't have the balls to do it. The movie is basically Die Hard from the perspective of Hans Gruber. But Hans Gruber is like a kid.
So I just like to say,
the kid off of Nakatomi Plaza. That's so rude,
right?
His motivation is money in the book, and in this one, he's like, I don't know. He needs his dad back. His dad gets kidnapped, and well, I don't know his dad, but it's Colin Farrell. Apparently, he likes his dad. His mom died years ago, and he needs a MacGuffin. It's a fucking clusterfuck.
Okay, so this conversation
I never got into Artemis Fowl because that, like, the whole Artemis Fowl fandom started picking up right when the Harry Potter fandom was.
Yeah,
like,
and the book rights were bought by Disney literally 3 months before the book came out.
Yeah.
Like 20 years ago.
So I'd just like to lock this down right now. So when Zach gives us grief about going to the theater and wasting an hour and a half of our time, even though we saw something for free, I'd just like to remind him he had the option not to watch this, considering every review has been.
So I watched the first 30 minutes of it.
But he was at home. So it's
he
not
could have
like
done anything else.
Yeah, it's not like when we're at the theater and we're watching this shitty. It's like, oh, I gotta get out.
We already spent the effort to get out here.
Drive home. Nah, he was probably sitting on his couch petting biscuits like, this is shit. 20 minutes later. This is shit. Let me pause it while I gotta go to the bathroom.
That's entirely
what happened. Shit.
So
exactly.
What actually happened was
pause it, KJ. I gotta pee.
I watched
don't let me miss any.
I'm watching the first 30 minutes. I'm like, good Lord, this is fucking incomprehensible. And then Dalton texts me and is like, hey, you want to play some games? I'm like, hell yeah, I do. Let's go.
But then you randomly start texting me when you're watching the rest of it.
Yeah, I started messaging Steven, just being like, you gotta see this shit. It's later that night I finished it. And like the entire framing structure of the film makes no sense. Josh Gad plays this giant dwarf with a gravelly voice, and he narrates the whole film. Every person in this movie has a gravelly voice. So honestly, put subtitles on because I can't understand the fucking guy half the time.
Is it mumblecore level of unintelligible?
It's completely unintelligible. But the film is basically this guy gets captured. Josh Gad gets captured and then is being interrogated, and his interrogation is like him telling the story. But it makes zero fucking sense because when he gets to the point where he's in the story, there's no way he knows the information he's saying. It's kind of like if I met Steven for 10 minutes, we went and like attacked a person in his house, and then I left. And then I started to tell you Steven's entire fucking history backstory. You'd be like, how the fuck you know that?
I wonder if this is
because I'm an open book.
I wonder if this is just a attempt to keep the licensing rights for a little bit more.
You know, that's actually a brilliant
way to do it.
I mean, that is a Fox move. You know, they do own Fox now, and Fox would do that with Fantastic Four.
That's exactly. That's the classic. It's Roger Corman, Fantastic Four. Let's pump it out, and then who cares? We're just going to sit on it. And this is a release or anything. It went straight to Disney Plus. Disney didn't care about this. It seems like they're just trying to keep the license.
Man, Disney needs to scrape their name off of this. Like the fact that at the beginning they say like Disney Presents, I was like, oh man. I mean, personally, if I was Disney, I'd be embarrassed by this and just bury it. Like it was on Disney Plus for a weekend and just fucking take it off. It's that bad. Like Cats is in this same realm where Cats is so bad.
Yeah, but you don't see any buttholes in Artemis Fowl, do you?
There's no buttholes in Cats. But Judi Dench is in both of these with awful acting. It's like she needs to fire her agent. I mean, she's holy shit.
She's done her good stuff. She don't care. She's just chilling.
So she's just gonna do shitty movies now?
All right. So this conversation is getting boring.
I'm sorry, but I don't have anybody to play off of because y'all motherfuckers decided not to see the movie.
Because we're smart. But Nico, don't you have a story?
I challenge y'all to fucking watch it.
It ain't happening.
I do not accept your challenge, sir.
I give in to failure.
Make a drinking game. Have fun with it. Something shit.
All right. So I will go into the story real quick. First up, Regal Cinemas, the second largest theater chain in the country, is planning to open its theaters, reopen starting on July 10th, right when Russell Crowe's hotly anticipated movie, Unhinged, will be the first movie shown on big screen since the coronavirus shut down.
I just heard this film today, but now I want to see it.
Yeah. Cinemark, the country's third largest theater chain, announced a phased reopening plan that will see most of its U.S. locations back in business in mid-July. Both, of course, were forced to shutter in March due to the coronavirus. This will hopefully, open the theaters in advance to big Hollywood blockbusters such as Mulan and Tenet. Initially, Cinemark also said that they're going to be offering a number of classic titles at discounted rates, $5 for adults and $3 for children and seniors. Movies like Ghostbusters, Jurassic Park, Raiders, Goonies, and Inception, which I guess fits in that. And then also concession prices will be reduced. Self-service fountains, however, will be off limits. Regal also is going to be keeping off self-service fountains and will
Regal
not
never
be
had
offering
that.
bottomless popcorn. Some I think do, but none of the ones around us.
No.
But one thing they do have around us that they're not offering is bottomless popcorn.
Lame.
I know for sure AMC did have the self stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
To accommodate safe distancing, theaters are going to be introducing staggering seating, increased air filtration, and reduced showtimes to allow for cleanings. Regal, in particular, will be sanitizing every auditorium between use with specialty fog equipment.
Ooh.
Oh, wow. That's
fancy.
Yeah.
That's the same stuff they use. That's what they use in the airplanes.
I have no idea exactly what it is that they'll be using, but I knew it's a fog.
Apparently, it dries fast too, so you don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, it's the same thing they do in planes now between flights. Is they have a fogger, they go in and work their magic.
I like when my theaters are meeting airplane technology.
Exactly. I don't know how.
Yeah, and Cinemark is going to strongly encourage its guests to wear face masks, which might not be an option depending on where you're at.
Why wouldn't it be an option?
Oh, I'm sorry. It might not be encouraged.
It might go from strongly encouraged to mandatory.
Yeah, depending on your local state or government.
I see. Yeah, that makes sense. I saw a video today of an independent theater that has reopened, and it was interesting to see because they let the news crew inside to show them what they were going to be doing, and they had the plexiglass walls up that I anticipated at the concession stand, and they are requiring masks if you're up from your seat. So you could take it off once you sit, to have your popcorn or whatever. But if you get up to go to the bathroom or you leave the theater, whatever, you have to put it back on.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think is fine. I think that's acceptable.
That's what a lot of workplace. My work does that. Is you can mask off at your desk, and if you're out and about around the building, mask off.
Yeah, but I'm the kind of person like if I'm not eating popcorn or drinking, my mask is on. I don't care.
I've gotten so used to it now. I don't really like.
Yeah, and a good-sized mask, it shouldn't bother you.
No.
I've just kind of gotten used to it. And the mask that I have, the one that you guys see me in pictures all the time, has these two little respirators on it. And I don't know. It's not that big a deal. I actually gotten to where I don't really think about it too much.
2 out of my 3 masks are like relatively comfortable. So.
And I'm the same. And I have some other cloth ones that aren't as comfortable, but they're great for like short runs. I got to run to the market or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm running out. So Regal is killing me with this free month thing because my intention was to try and wait.
Just explain what the free month is. In addition to all the news we just went over, Regal sent an email blast to all of its Regal Unlimited subscribers, which is, I think, 3 out of the 4 of us.
Yeah, all of us but Zach.
Announcing that for its first month back, it's going to be restarting Regal Unlimited, but the first month is free.
And what date did you say that was going to be? It's in July something, right?
July 11th or 10th?
July 10th was when they're going to start the theaters. I think that's when the clock starts on Regal Unlimited.
So that technically runs into when TENET is actually released.
Yes, it does.
Interesting. Because that was going to be my sort of goal. If I'm going to go to the theater, it's for something I'm desperate to see. And I understand why they're showing Inception. It's an anniversary. Is it like 10 years, I think?
Yeah, 10 years, and also they're adding trailers for like stuff that hasn't been released, like new footage for Dune and Tenet and Wonder Woman. And
I don't want any more Tenet footage. I'm sorry, I don't want it.
And also
the Christopher Nolan
Suicide
movie.
Squad is attached to that as well.
Oh, the new one?
Are they doing that? Oh, that one. Okay.
I would want to see that footage. I would want to see that.
Or you can wait 5 days and see it on YouTube.
Bitch, there is a difference. We have had this discussion. I
trailer.
remember sneaking into the beginning of movies just to see Star Wars trailers on the screen.
21 years ago.
Don't care. Still the same.
Yeah, I hope you snuck into either Meet Joe Black or The Water Boy. So
it doesn't matter. I don't remember which one. I think it was actually Meet Joe Black. Now that you say that.
Yep, because they showed it at the beginning and the end after the credits. Yeah. That's how popular that trailer was. It was the only places you could see it, so that they'd actually put the trailer after the credits again, so you could see it again.
Wow.
Back when the internet wasn't a thing and you can't watch it, you got to go to the movies to see it.
That's awesome. Well, so to go along with the movie theater news, I think, Tina, you have some interesting information.
I do. So movie studios are scrambling to shift large chunks of their film release slates in response to the coronavirus pandemic and subsequent cinema closures. While many smaller films that had day-to-date theatrical and on-demand debuts are proceeding with the digital parts of those releases, huge tentpole movies out of the Marvel and the Fast saga, to name just a few, are either moving to next year or delayed indefinitely. So just a quick rundown. A Quiet Place Part 2 moved from March 8th to September 4th. Artemis Fowl and Scoob have already been put on their streaming services. The Batman moved from June 25th to October 1st. Black Widow, May 11th. It is now slated for November 6th. Candyman, which was going to be June 12th, is now moved to September 25th. Doctor Strange is now moved to March 25th of 2022.
Wow, that's like serious movement.
Yeah, that one was slated to release May 7th of 2021 because a lot of them are putting production on hold as well. So Ghostbusters Afterlife, March 5th of 2021 is its new release date. The fourth Matrix movie is now from May 21st, 2021. It is now April 1st, 2020. If they don't do something with that date, I'm going to be very disappointed.
2022, I assume.
Yeah, 22. Yeah.
Although
it's already out.
We're moving it up.
There's a glitch of the Matrix.
Mulan is still slated for July 24th, 2020, but its original date was March 27th. No Time to Die moved from its original date of April 10th, 2020 to November 25th, 2020, and then up to November 20th, 2020. So they just keep going back and forth with that one.
I think that one feels like a perfect Thanksgiving weekend movie, actually. I think it's a good spot for it.
Yeah, I think it'd be good for it. I just wish they would commit, like, stop with the wishy-washy. Like, come on now.
You're not going to the wishy-washy isn't going to go away until another year.
Yeah.
Yeah, the problem is there's so many movies all squished into this fall now.
Yeah.
I mean, you would want a tentpole movie, you'd want at least a week, maybe 2 weeks of kind of owning the theater, but you can hardly get that with the schedule.
I think the smartest move out of this was moving Fast and Furious.
Yeah, Fast and Furious 6,
a year.
Yeah, went from May 22nd of 2020 and is now slated for April 2nd of 2021.
I think that was the best move because let's say, for instance, just play a game here. Theaters open, but then they close it back again because of spikes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they're saying about a year or so until like an antidote.
They're saying
if you're talking about the
vaccination
for about a year to 2 years.
The vaccine right now, if one of the 3 companies that are in 3rd stage clinical trials, if one of those goes through as a successful vaccine, we should see that one by February, which means we won't be able to get the shots until April or May.
Now, I will say my favorite title on this list is New Mutants from its original date of
Why
April
don't they
3rd
put that on Hulu?
Just put it on Disney Plus, man. Just do it.
Hulu.
Y'all did it with Artemis Fowl.
No, it's got to go to Hulu. That's a Hulu title if there ever was one. I mean,
but I just like that they just you know what it's to be determined. We don't know. We don't know.
Like the New Mutants one, I'm constantly boggled and fascinated with because I understand some of the delays about how we need to retool it, and then also the Disney Fox thing is okay, that one it makes sense, but then you're right. At a certain point, it's you could just go ahead and
just
release it,
please.
It's not going to do that well.
If my theory is right about Artemis Fowl, and it's just simply that you needed to keep the license. You own New Mutants outright. You don't have to keep a license.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. I still desperately want to see this movie.
Yes, the same.
It's been 4 years since it was first announced.
Yeah, like the girl from Game of Thrones looks like a completely different. She's a completely different person now.
Yeah,
they made that.
It's nuts.
It's crazy. So I don't know. It's the interesting part to me is my initial plan was going forward, assuming things ran like the predictions was to be able to sort of start slipping into the theater like late July, early August, and being very careful with a mask and everything. I don't know what I'm going to do at this point though, because things are not going according to what was supposed to happen. I mean, we're actually worse off now than we were in March in a lot of ways.
I'm going to TENET.
I mean, I have this sneaking suspicion that for me, things that require an IMAX viewing like TENET and I don't know, maybe No Time to Die or whatever. Otherwise, things that would just be fun to see in the theater might be a drive-in trip.
I was going to say, you might also have to just schedule a time out of your day at when it would be the least amount of people.
That is a move.
Yeah,
that is a move I can make.
Yeah.
Midnight.
Not everybody can make
Madness returns.
Or going at 10 a.m. on Tuesday.
Yeah.
That's the jam right there. And that's probably what I will do. Zach, you will have to take a day off. We will have to go at 10 a.m.
It's worth taking a day off.
It is.
Dude, do you know how much PTO I have saved up because I haven't taken any vacation because I've just been working from home?
Well, there you go. So we just have to all take days off and go see the important stuff in the morning on a Tuesday or go Wednesday before podcast or something.
Actually, I've got days off after that weekend. That's the last weekend of the month. I've got the Monday. I've got the Friday and the Monday off.
Perfect. So maybe
that's from the Otakon.
Yeah. So all right, I'm gonna go Monday morning to see TENET.
Yep. So if my Zach and I's trip to Gatlinburg, and yesterday I actually made a trip to McKay's. if you're not local and you listen to the show or whatever, McKay's is kind of like Bull Moose or Book Off or one of those other used media places across the country.
I'm not allowed to go there because I spend money on a lot of books.
Well, I got gifted 2 giant boxes of very common Blu-ray titles that I don't need or would want. So I needed them out of the house. So I put a mask on, I took gloves, and I went, and they are actually doing a really good job with the social distancing, and they had somebody counting people at the door and allowing, I think he said 85 people are all that they're allowing in the store. If those things have taught me, and then getting the corona test and being negative told me anything, it's that if you do the right things, mask, gloves, sanitizer, whatever, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. So I just will be very careful and go to the TENET and go to the important stuff. I guess that's the move, especially that first month when we have it for free.
They're going to be asking why I'm buying 2 things of popcorn. I'll be like, well, why won't you give me my unlimited popcorn?
Exactly. You make Nico buy one, and then you buy one, and then it's not a big deal. Perfect. Just like when Kroger was limiting the number of packs of ribs that you could buy. Ada bought one, and I bought one. That's what you got to do. It's the move.
Yeah,
it's the move.
That's how it works.
All right. So I don't know. I have trepidation, but I'm excited. I'm ready to go to the theater on a Tuesday morning at 10 o'clock.
Yeah, with the right precautions.
With the right precautions. Yeah.
And it's not like I'm going to go to every movie now. It's like, no, I'll go, like you said, I'll go to the important ones, the ones that matter to me. The rest I'll just have to wait for or what have you.
Now, the thing that I have to make a decision about too. Oh, you cut out really bad. I didn't realize you were still going.
Yeah.
Well, I stopped.
Oh, there you go. No, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Maybe Zoom just did. Zoom didn't want to hear that one.
Yeah,
I'm curious about what our local art house will do.
I am too. But the other thing I was just thinking to myself was I have to make a decision whether maintaining the Regal Unlimited is worth it right now. Because if my average is 1 movie a month or something, it ends up being cheaper to just pay for the ticket. So,
yeah.
I have to think that through a little bit because
and y'all wonder why I didn't sign up for Regal Unlimited.
Bitch, this has nothing to do with movies.
You do not have any kind of future vision, sir. Don't try to play this off like you all cool and whatnot, and you knew better. No,
well, that was honestly why I dropped AMC and others.
Bitch, you didn't know about the Rona?
No, I'm saying because I would only go like once a month. So
I went. Yeah, that was you. And I would only go.
I would go pretty much at least once a week, if not more.
Yeah, I would go about twice a month, but I would see multiple movies each time.
Yeah.
I mean, I was easily seeing 3 or 4 movies a month.
But that's what happened to me was I just stopped going until I was like, this is not worth it for me anymore.
You know what? Nearly every single thing I saw was still better than Artemis Fowl.
You haven't even seen Artemis Fowl, so you don't have any point of reference.
I know. Speaking of a movie I did see, though, Zach saw The Hunt. He liked it. And spoilers for this week's release is it comes out this week on the Blu-rays, and I already have it coming. So there really wasn't much as far as TV. So the story that I have here for Zach is actually kind of not TV, but it is because we watch this on TV. That's the only reason.
It's not TV, but it's about movies.
It's about movies.
It's official. The 93rd Oscar ceremony will now be held on April 25th, 2021. It was originally scheduled for February 28th. And the eligibility period for the Academy Awards consideration has been extended beyond the standard December 31st deadline. A feature film must now have a qualifying release date between January 1st, 2020 and February 28th, 2021. So now, how does this change our top 10 films of the year?
We have to consider that. Do we do our top 10 lists like in February next year instead of December or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have to think that through because usually they kind of play. A lot of them play into what's going with the Oscars. So I don't know.
We also don't stick to Oscar qualifying rules. We don't just do theatrical runs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I do.
I mean, Zach could put in Artemis Fowl on his list.
I actually did.
I honestly usually do stick to theatrical only releases. I do. But that's more of a personal thing. Although I think Zach didn't. Well, you cheated with A Marriage Story because it kind of did come out.
It wasn't on. No. That was not on my list.
Oh, I thought
I did not see that in the theater, so it did not qualify for my list.
It did play a couple of theaters. I think it played Belcourt for a day or something.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
It played enough to qualify for the Oscars.
Yeah, it's not. It's good. It's not that good.
I mean, like The Irishman, we went and saw, so that would qualify on my list.
I went and saw.
Make it.
I went and saw.
I saw half of it.
Mm.
Had the worst migraine ever.
He's like, I'm sorry, bitch. I gotta leave your ass.
I gotta go. I can't look at the screen anymore.
Bitch, I guess you're taking a lift home. Which I
felt
did.
bad about that. I felt so bad about that.
So, what do you guys think about this adjustment by the Oscars?
It makes sense given the period.
It makes sense.
Anything to keep Birds of Prey from sweeping the Oscars.
Exactly.
Yeah. It was totally gonna sweep.
Well, I mean, if The Hunt won everything, that'll be all right. I love that movie, but I'm kind of glad. Although the funny thing is that things that I would really consider Oscar contenders, I've heard nothing about. I've heard all we've been talking about as far as what's in the theaters is tentpole movies like blockbusters, and some of those are Oscar worthy. But I've been looking for this year's Parasite, and I don't think I've seen it yet or heard of it yet.
It's because you're not going to hear about it until about August or September.
Yeah, I was going to say, Parasite was that late too.
Yeah, I mean,
Parasite was November.
Schedule.
Actually, no, it was October. What am I thinking?
Yeah. All right.
We'll just see how it plays out, how the production companies start doing stuff like that. That's what it comes down to, is if they're not going to be able to go into production, we're not going to see anything.
Yeah.
Regardless.
Production is a big deal. That's the thing. And apparently they're opening production up back in Hollywood with limitation.
Yeah, with limitations. I can't remember if the Atlanta studios are opening up yet or not. I don't think they are. But
which is a little surprising.
Yeah.
Does anybody hear that cat screaming its head off in the background?
I heard it once. It was pretty funny.
He's losing his freaking mind.
I was gonna say, is it a cat at Zach's place or a cat at your place?
Oh no, that's
Ollie.
Here. He's pissed.
It is totally Oliver.
Yeah, he's pissed. he's not having any of this nonsense of no one being around right now.
He probably
does this still mean we're gonna have our screening of the Oscars?
I will wear a face mask. I will do it.
I was gonna say, as long as we all continue maintaining the way we are, I don't see why we wouldn't. You guys are coming back in like 2 weeks for a regular show, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah, we're gonna go back in 2 weeks for a regular show. Yeah, we talked.
See, this is why I asked, and you were like, "Huh?"
Yeah, because this is not 2 or 3 weeks away. It's just not that. That's why
we had to wait because we saw people.
So July 1st.
I don't know what the date is. Not next week, but the week after.
July 1st.
Yeah.
So then we all meet at your place just to be sure.
Yes, sir.
Cool.
We will do a regular show.
Oh my god.
I'm excited to be in a car for more than 10 minutes.
Oh my god. Right? I'll see people.
See more than one person at a time. I've had to see Zach's dumbass for weeks.
Oh, my apologies.
I know, right?
Yeah.
All that right. And you've had Nathan. Oof. Rough life, Steven. He's not even here to defend himself. I can't even do that.
Yet you did.
Yet you did. All right. And Nico, you actually have a TV story, right?
I did.
Is it you? Or who is it?
It was me.
I thought it was Zach.
Oh. There's another
Actually,
story.
No, there was another one.
There's another story. What are you talking about?
Okay.
Steven's right.
Well, listen, I'm looking at the script right now.
This is my fault for not paying attention and reading far enough.
Fail. But this is not a long story, so it's not so big. It's not so bad.
A few years back, Sony Pictures was developing a feature film adaptation of the Image comic series Descender, the sci-fi story by best-selling author Jeff Lemire, Black Hammer, who knows, and artist Dustin Nguyen. Batman Streets of Gotham follows Tim 21, a companion robot who is thrust into a hostile cosmos where androids are outlawed and bounty hunters lurk on every planet. Enough time has passed since then that a sequel comic series called Ascender has been published too, and now both of the comics are in the process of being adapted for television. Variety has news on Canadian production banner Lark Productions picking up the rights for Descender TV series,
Man,
which
y'all's
will
internet
also
sucks.
include the sequel comic Ascender that launched just last year. Lark is part of NBC Universal International Studios, but it remains to be seen if this is a series that would fall under their banner in the United States, whether for network television on NBC or maybe as a streaming option on their new service Peacock.
I feel like it's a
Descender
Peacock.
consists of 32 issues published from 2015 through 2018. Takes place in a world where there are robot uprisings against mankind. We've already said that. Blah 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 blah.
That's probably
proofreading. Yeah, that's good. There you go.
Yeah, you're chopping up a good bit. I don't know. I might be too.
Okay, so just a couple things from the internet before we go into this.
I just hate awkward silences.
They're asking in the chat room if we're ready for Nosferatu season 2, and the answer is yes. I did not think that I would care about that show because I thought it was going to be like another vampire thing. But if you have not watched it, it's good.
I was about to say,
I have not watched it.
You think I would have watched it, but I haven't yet, which is really weird because I love Joe Hill.
Is it streaming anywhere? Or
it is. It's in 2 places right now. You can see it on the AMC app. Now, the thing about the AMC app is you can only have access to that if you have an existing cable service.
Well, it looks like I'm out, boys.
Or you're not out because the other option is on Shudder. It is on Shudder. So you are not out, sir.
I think we got it covered on both ends.
It has it's very like if you've read Joe Hill, I haven't read the book that it's based on, but there's a lot of dialogue in there that's like, oh, this is Joe Hill. Yeah, this is definitely his work. And it has what's his name? Mr. Spock from the new Star Trek movies.
Zachary Quinto.
Yeah, Zachary Quinto, and he's in the lead role, and he's great. So yeah, to the chat room, I'm excited for it, and these guys need to watch it because it's super good. Yeah, that's it. So
is it a TV show?
It is a series. It's a limited series. It's not like 20 episodes or something. I think it's season 1 was 6 or 8 episodes, and
I'm trying to find it here on Shudder.
Yeah, now you gotta write it out. It's N0.
N0 or NOS 4
A2. Yeah. It's like the Van Halen album OU812. It's like written out that way.
It's like a license plate. It's like if you had to put Nosferatu on a license plate.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, you guys should check it out. It's actually really good. So, Nico, do you know anything about the comics that Tina was reading the story about?
No, I do not. I know Jeff Lemire, but mostly from more of his DC work, but I don't know about those titles specifically. So, yay.
I like the setup and what I would visualize for a sci-fi series. Of course, at this point we don't know who's going to get it, and I think that'll be the big thing. If it goes to AMC, they don't. I was going to say AMC doesn't put any money into their shows, but Nosferatu looks good, Walking Dead doesn't, so it's hit or miss.
I think Walking Dead at this point is just like they know what they're going to get out of it, so why bother?
Yeah, I guess it's taking the audience for granted on that one.
Yeah.
And they have another show, AMC, that what's the guy's name from Saving Silverman and the Muppet movie? That guy.
Jason Segel?
Yeah.
Oh,
he has a show on there.
From somewhere.
Yeah, it looks interesting. I haven't seen it yet. I just see the ads for it. And it looks like the production value is pretty good on that one too. Can't say for sure because I haven't watched it yet, but it does look pretty good. Okay, so let's see. I think we have a few. Yes.
We got
I'm not ready to read another story, by the way.
Well, I'm ready with comics.
All right, so we have a few physical media releases this week. Pretty in Pink is out. Pretty in Pink is spine number 6, I believe, of the Paramount Presents special edition line. And to my knowledge, you can't freaking find it anywhere. Like I know some people that have been looking in the stores for it and just can't find it.
You mean retail?
Yeah. Now online, sure you can order.
Oh, okay. I was like, it's on Amazon.
No, I'm talking about if you want a brick and mortar buy it, you want to go and just pick it up. Best Buy is back open, by the way, all over the place. The Columbia Classics Collection Volume 1, the 4K set is out. And Zach and I have been discussing this already because the collector in me really wants to get it because it is beautiful. But if like I'm 100% honest, I like about half of the movies in this set. I actually like the movies that Zach doesn't like.
Well, I only have an interest in like Lawrence of Arabia and like Doctor Strangelove.
Well, those are two of the ones I like. I like those two. I actually like A League of Their Own. I think it's a good movie.
So I want 1/3 of these movies.
And I actually like the Tom Cruise movie too. And I'm not that much of a romantic.
Jerry Maguire.
Yeah, Jerry Maguire. I'm not a romantic comedy guy, but that one's pretty well done. I'm probably not likely to watch the others, but it is a beautiful set. And
you don't want to watch Gandhi? You just don't want to pop on Gandhi?
No, I don't see it happening.
You don't want to pop on Mr. Smith Goes to Washington?
I don't see it happening. Although I hear it was a very nice transfer if you like
it. Yeah, but that's 1/3 of the movies that you're just like, yeah, no.
I know. I'm probably not going to end up with it unless I see it used somewhere. And it's cheaper for me to buy that set than to buy the individual movies. But I probably will.
Yeah, I'd rather just buy the individuals.
I'll probably end up waiting for Volume 2 and seeing what's in that. It is a beautiful set, though.
The reviews say they're like seriously some of the best 4Ks on the market.
Well, Paramount is really sort of stepping up. I mean, they're out there doing some amazing 4K transfers. So.
I mean, this is Sony, but you know.
Oh, I'm sorry, Sony. Well, Sony was doing the best.
Sony was doing the best 4Ks to start
from the beginning. Yeah.
Yeah.
Impractical Jokers, the movie, is out, and if you want to waste your time and money on that. Friday the 13th, the 40th anniversary Steelbook is out. I wouldn't waste my time. It's a pretty Steelbook, but
it's a repackage.
Yeah, and they're also going to come out with a new set with all the movies. So.
Is that official? Like they got the rights back?
Well, I keep seeing that it's being worked on, so I'm assuming. Yeah, it's coming.
I should have bought that fucking Steelbook when I knew.
Yeah, I know.
I saw it for $40 once.
You know what I saw it for on eBay yesterday? Just out of curiosity.
$300 now.
I wish it was $300. I've seen it going for almost $600. Yeah. Which, like now, if you have a copy of Gone with the Wind, those are going for in the $100 range pretty easily.
What?
Yeah, because Gone with the Wind got pulled off streaming. You know, we talked about this.
Yeah, but like physical?
Yeah. And Walmart has it for $7.50 on Blu-ray if you can find it. Although I think the thing is, I believe those are being recalled too.
I mean, there's a nice big collector set that's $250 new.
Yeah. Well, they have a slipcover, like a special slipcover edition that came out that was $7.50 if you can still find it. But that's the thing is those are being recalled. So.
Really?
Yeah, because they're going to add this thing to the physical media versions too.
Oh wow, you're right. It's like completely out.
Mm-hmm.
I can buy it used for $60.
$60.
I can just go downstairs and see it on my shelf because I've had it for years.
I was going to say,
if you got the Blu-ray, it might be worth selling.
You might have some dollars.
Oh God, no! It was my mom's copy.
Oh,
she didn't understand Blu-ray. She barely understood like DVDs.
So finally,
and I have the sequel Scarlet miniseries.
So you can get yourself a movie called Cameraman. I don't remember this movie.
It's a Buster Keaton film. Criterion's release.
And then there's 2 repackages out. I'm not sure why. Gladiator out in 4K and Braveheart out in 4K. These 4Ks were already released, but they've done new Steelbooks, like their anniversary editions. I got this one sent to me by them to do a review, and it's 100% the same as the previous 4K. It's just in a Steelbook, and it's.
Can I just say that Gladiator is overrated as hell?
I like Gladiator. I like the movie, but
I got bored with it.
But I'll agree it's overrated. I like it, but it's not as good as everybody likes.
It's fine, but Best Picture winner?
I'd have to think back to what was the other options.
What was there that year? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember because it is really good. Whoa.
I froze for a moment.
Oh, was that you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay, well, so your choices are Aaron Brockovich.
Yeah.
Traffic.
So now I remember.
Chocolat. Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, or Gladiator.
So I remember now. I was a fan of Traffic that year.
Yeah, I'd go Traffic.
Traffic was the best movie of that set.
Yeah.
I like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon too, but it is also overrated. Traffic is an amazing movie though. I love that one. All right, so what do we have for comics?
All right, we got some new books this week. Not too much on the Marvel side, all mostly trade releases. Image released a new book called A Man Among Ye, which is a title about it's a dramatization of the actual real life women pirates, Anne Bonny and Mary Read. Over we have in Dynamite, Death to the Army of Darkness, number 3, which is of course about Ash and the Army of Darkness. So it's all the Evil Dead stuff right there.
And that stuff's been in comic form before, right?
Oh yeah, they've constantly had ongoing Army of Darkness comics.
Okay.
Over at Boom Studios, we have the ending of their Power Rangers Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles crossover with number 5.
Oh, Zach, by the way, Nosferatu is also on Hulu, just from the chat room.
All right.
Yeah. So
I wonder if it's on Hulu with their like live subscription or something, because sometimes they do that.
No, and now that I see this in the chat, I remember seeing it in this, and you know how you get the recommended list from them.
That's good.
Yeah, I saw it in there.
And the big title though for the week is DC Comics' Dark Knights Death Metal, number 1 of 6. It is a sequel series to the Dark Knights Metal miniseries that came out 2 years ago by Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo. Basically, that was the miniseries that introduced the whole concept of like the dark Batman with the Batman Who Laughs, and basically the dark multiverse trying to take over the regular one. Now it's kind of the same thing, but the regular multiverse is now in a dark version of it. And it's focused honestly more on Wonder Woman as the protagonist. And she has basically a magical chainsaw, very much Evil Dead kind of thing. So it's really cool. I haven't actually read Dark Knight's Metal, but I was berated earlier today for not having done that. So I'm probably going to pick up the trade when I go.
You probably deserved it.
Yeah, probably.
Anything, with the, called,
I think I will.
Metal, I'm going to read that.
I think I'm going to make an excursion to my comic shop maybe this weekend or next. It's been since March since I picked up books, but they've only recently started having books released in the last month.
I was going to say, you aren't going to be stacked up as much as you have been in the past.
I'm not terribly behind, especially since most of my pull list is Marvel, and Marvel hasn't been releasing a lot of stuff lately.
All right. There's some good stuff in there. Part of me, like anytime I see that there's Army of Darkness stuff in comic book form, I want to go for it. So I'm kind of tempted for that one. And you'll have to let us know how the Batman is.
Yeah.
All right, you guys, let's bring this thing to an end. It has been fun, but I'm tired of looking at Zach's face.
Agreed.
Biscuits has been going way too long.
Biscuit.
We all know this is true.
Come here, buddy.
Nico, where do we find you on the internet?
You can find me on all finer social networks, mostly Twitter, Instagram, under Nico Scream, NIKOSTREAM, and check out more about the comics that released this week on CultureSmash.tv.
Nice. Tina?
You can find me both Instagram and Twitter under Cheddar Popper, CHEDRPOPPR, where I'm doing my book reviews. I'm almost caught up. I didn't post for a while, so now I'm posting all the books that I've read over the past 3 months.
Cool. And Biscuits, where do we find you? Right there. That's pretty much where.
You can find me on Zach's Spacebar.
You know what's really funny? Zach just put Biscuit's asshole right in his face, and it doesn't really matter. He's fine with it. Oh, look,
he's seen cats.
You're a cat user. You used to it.
There's Biscuit's butthole right there. Perfect.
It's like Tech Cats has an asshole.
Yeah, we're watching Cats without CGI right now.
But you can find me. I'm on Instagram. I'm Master of the Matrix 91. You can also find me on Discord and Steam as a dangerous mute lunatic.
Awesome. Find me at all things CultureSmash, CultureSmash.tv. I have some more reviews coming. Nico's comic list is up there. And Off the Shelf Movie Night on YouTube. Putting up some stuff. I put up my pickups from McKay's up there. Oh, there's biscuits right in the camera. Yeah, that's probably your best.
Oh, there's us in the camera.
Oh, hey, biscuits. What's up? All right. I guess this is probably a good spot to bring it to an end. I guess we'll see everybody next week, right?
Yeah. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Stop the recording.
So they rescheduled my concert that I was going to go to in September to next year. So I have to wait another full year to see My Chemical Romance.
Oh.
But I'm glad they did it. I'd rather wait a year than risk going to like an outdoor music festival.
I agree with you.
So